Hello and welcome to the Astral Guide. I'm Shireen and this is perspective video number 3. In a world of I'm right and you're wrong mentality that's happening everywhere, that's about to collapse in on itself, you have to embrace being wrong. And we can find that there's a lot of fun in this if we are looking at it through a different lens. And everything is changing and evolving so much so quickly that people are grasping onto their belief systems like their lives depend on it. It's all very egoic attachment and the need to be, no, I'm right and you're wrong. So where I would begin, try to see it in a more fun way. Like, wow, I was wrong about that. What else am I wrong about? What else can I learn now that I know there's more to know than I thought about something? What else can I apply to my perspective to, expand my mind rather than to contract the mind to it being right all the time? And there'll always be certain hard truths in life. That's just a given. But a lot of things around the hard truths are changing, and that's just inevitable, but it's very prominent at the moment. I mentioned that in my video Is Life a Game? And I'm basically adding from that video here a little bit too. So when we can apply the likes of enjoyment in being wrong about things, we learn a lot faster, a lot easier. There's no resistance or little resistance. I mean, we have to be right about certain things or we wouldn't know whether we were coming or going, right? But let's say we can look at an example like, for example, this phone here. This phone has system updates. It doesn't get offended that it breaks down and it work more smoothly. It doesn't get offended. They're not machines, but it's a good example to our perspective on things. And our brains are quite, in a sense, they are quite like machines because of the programming, the mind. The programming in the mind is quite like a machine, and that's why I would use that example. It hurts a person's psyche or mentality because they're wrong about something, speaks volumes on us as a society. I just thought that I would spin that perspective. You don't allow the ego to take the wheel. And being right all the time is no fun and boring, basically. I've spoken to people before about being, more open, whether it's astrology, whatever, spirituality, science, whatever it is, because being certain is a limit. It's a limit on things, and it puts a cap on how far you can go, how much you can learn. And in the astral, for example, that never ends. As I said before, it's like unlimited data. It's infinity. It's constantly creating. It's constantly showing different truths and different perspectives and teaching us constantly and evolving and trying to help us evolve. So applying those kinds of perspectives here more and more are going to advance us more and more here. And this is the thing, what I'm trying to do here on this channel is to empower people. Self-empowerment is the thing that I aim for here. I'm always trying to give as much as I can for people to empower themselves. And when we apply the kind of knowledge from the astral to the waking world in different ways, it's liberating. It really, truly, it really is liberating. And, we're all wrong sometimes, we're all right sometimes. But one thing is for sure, and that is is change and evolution, and that's just, you may as well roll with it. You can't go against it. And if we do go against it, we suffer, because nothing suffers more than attachment and um, the ego. The ego is suffering. Yes, we need the ego to survive. It's there for a reason. When I hear people talk about ego death, it makes me laugh, to be honest with you, because we wouldn't be alive without the ego. We're here in the physical realm. We need it to be alive. We need it to keep us alive. We would have absolutely no fear of anything, or no sense of survival if we didn't have it. It's just about not letting it be in the driver's seat anymore. Those days are over. And that's why I truly believe the astral realm is the greatest teaching ground, when we understand how to apply it here. So enjoy being wrong. People need to be more light about things and more open about things, and be able to laugh at ourselves, and um, not have things on such a tight leash. It's just going to hold you back. That's what leashes do. And the astral realm is always trying to show us where we're going right and wrong. And yes, there is right and wrong. There's a lot of people getting all this kind of stuff mixed up, and there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no... Look, we're in this reality built on duality. We're built on duality. We have to play by the rules of duality here in order to evolve, to get past duality. But we have to understand it first. So a lot of people that are going around saying these things are, they have to be wise to the fact that they're watching. People that are watching them are very susceptible to information and impressionable. I'm very passionate about grounding the truth. I've always been passionate about that. And I see a lot of it, a lot of this stuff going around online, in life, in the astral. And I feel called to say things. I'm a truth speaker. Sometimes at the cost of my own comfort, but it doesn't matter. I live by what I practice what I preach. I am not one of those people who will lead people astray or say one thing and do another. That's a fraud. That's fraudulent. And there's nothing more dangerous than an egoic spiritual teacher in today's day and age. And there's no shortage of them, really. Truly there isn't. But that's all about to come to an end very soon too. All of this is transparency. We're in the age of transparency. The fact that I'm sitting here speaking is proof enough of that. And many others like me, that are taking the reins here and trying to pull us, we're trying to pull each other back on track, because there's been so much deception, particularly through the age of Pisces. And now it's Aquarius. So yeah, I would, like I've said before about being careful in the video of Is Life a Game? Just be, there's nothing wrong with your own experience. What's so wrong with your own experience and your own philosophy? Like, we can all talk to each other and have perspectives and share perspectives. Now, some things will resonate. Some things will resonate a lot more than others. And that to me is the truth that I'm resonating with, or vibing with, or on the frequency that I'm at. And I'm not trying to judge anything or anybody. I'm just trying to shed light and shed a perspective, and that's take it or leave it. whatever. You will know if this resonates with you or not. I've never been one to be very fond of big terms like guru or, things like that. It takes the whole philosophy, spiritual, just, it takes the whole thing to a very narcissistic level that is just completely not what it's about at all. It's completely the opposite thing. And unfortunately, people like that get trapped. As I said in my previous video, they get trapped. They create a limit, a cap, and they pull people in to support their belief system. So I see a lot of that, and I've seen a lot of that, and I'm also seeing a lot of it being exposed, which I've been mentioning in my videos that would be something that's inevitable to happen, and it is happening, thankfully, because it's causing unnecessary suffering. You see, that's the thing that bothers me. So I will speak up about things like that. I'm not shy to tell the truth about things. I'm not shy to call something out if I see that it's affecting people negatively. And because I've been on the other end of that myself, and it's not pleasant. And then you've got to unlearn again, and learn and unlearn and learn and unlearn. So if we can cut some of that stuff out, it's better for everybody. That's what I believe. And never doubt your own experience, whether it's in the astral or this realm. People have a bad habit of, giving other people's experience more credit than their own. And yes, of course, each other's experiences, but don't forget your own. That's my point. Yours is just as valid as the next person. All fractals of a whole. So I'd be wary about terms like gurus and this, that, and the other, because that automatically applies someone is better than you. Everybody is equal. Everybody has potential. Some of us are gifted and more specialized in different ways, but that does not make us better than the next person. It's about respecting ourselves and others equally. So I just thought that I'd share that perspective. And if anybody has found themselves being wrong about something, or going, do you know what, I believed in something or somebody I was wrong about, it doesn't matter. You've learned something. Well done. So what? You put that in your toolbox and you add it to the next experience. That's what that's for. And be grateful for the lessons. It doesn't matter how hard they were. It doesn't matter if they're salty, or it doesn't matter if it stings, or it doesn't matter. It's made you wiser. That's the purpose. And there's going to be, as they say, new levels, new devils. Well, there's also going to be new levels, new angels. There's always balance. There's always, and that's metaphorically speaking, yeah. There's always going to be more good people around, but as long as we're focused on the negative, well, then you're not going to see the good. You have to have the mind has to be open. Can't be clutching on to absolutely dear life to one belief. It doesn't work anymore. One belief about a person, place, or thing. We just have to become more neutral and remember that our own experiences have just as much weight as the next person. I'm always fascinated to hear people's perspectives or dreams because of what they're saying, their perspective, what they're teaching me. I'm fascinated, and I love talking to people about it. So just as a side note, anybody who's been in an experience with somebody who's hurt them, just remember, it takes two. We have to be more discerning in order for that not to happen again. And also, it's priceless, the lessons that you're given throughout the pain. Pain is transmuted into real wisdom, knowledge, beauty, creativity. It's about alchemizing it. That's true alchemy, turning pain into something positive. Um, and you're gonna have to find it in your heart to be grateful to those who hurt you to get there, because without them, they helped. They helped in some way, and that was their purpose. Um, and we helped whoever it was in some way too. Um, and when we get past the point of pain, then hopefully we all stop that cycle of hurting each other and learning lessons the hard way, and really honoring our experience and being grateful to one another. And when you do that, your dreams will change too. The astral experience changes. You'll stop seeing repetitive things or certain types of dreams about those people, places, things, or yourself. That will change, and that's how you know you're healing or you have healed from certain situations and people in your life, starting with yourself, you know, because we always blame ourselves for things underneath everything. That's why we get angry. And I'm going to touch on that in the next video. I know we just went through Leo in Mars, and I believe there was a lot of anger being brought up. That's what I heard anyway, but I certainly seen it around me, and intense energies being brought up. So absolutely no doubt that it's coming into people's astral. It always does. It never fails, ever, ever. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. If anybody's looking for a personal dream reading, you can contact me. All my details in the box below. If you like this video, hit the notification bell. There'll be more videos soon. Thank you, and see you soon.